Hello, I'm Congressman Raul Ruiz. I want to speak to you directly about the fear and uncertainty that's been spreading across our country, especially here in our district over the last few weeks. Since day one of his presidency, Donald Trump began implementing his cruel, chaotic, and unconstitutional agenda. And why do I call it cruel and chaotic? Because I've been getting your worried calls, emails, and posts, frantically wondering how his daily barrage of extreme executive orders are going to affect you and your family. I hear you, I see you, and I care for you. This fight is important to me. It's about protecting the things that matter most to you, your families, and our communities. This week, we face something really unprecedented, unconstitutional, and quite dangerous. Donald Trump rolled out his Project 2025 budget playbook, and with it, a devastating agenda of budget cuts that directly threaten the essential services that millions of hardworking families rely on every single day. These aren't just figures on a page. These extreme far-right Republican ripoff hits the heart and soul of our communities. These cuts are cold, calculated, and reckless, all in order to pay for billions of dollars in tax giveaways to billionaires. The way this administration is going about it, chaotic, unconstitutional, unlawful, and downright cruel, only adds to the harm. It's causing confusion and fear, and it's putting the well-being of our nation at risk. Let me break down what these cuts could truly cost us. They'll gut federal funding for healthcare, housing, education, and the critical support our farmers rely on. They'll strip away the federal resources that keep teachers in our classrooms, first responders on the front lines, and essential mental health services within reach for those who need them the most. These cuts could devastate life-saving medical research and significantly hurt our community members who rely on Medi-Cal, the Medicaid program in California. And as an emergency medicine physician, I know firsthand the impacts this could have on patients, seniors, veterans, families, and all of the population at large. So these aren't just abstract ideas for us here in our district. These are real consequences. We've already seen the damage that could happen this week. A one-day freeze on federal funds impacted Riverside County's Head Start programs and several of our local community health centers. In fact, one of our health centers couldn't even submit payroll because their access was locked out. At the end of the month, when the bills needed to be paid, they were stuck with no solutions. And here's the gut-wrenching problem that this poses. This center, which serves hundreds of families, told me they have just 38 days of cash left to operate before they'd have to shut their doors entirely. Think about that for a moment. If these funding freezes go through, hundreds of people who rely on these health centers for healthcare services could lose access to life-saving care in just a few weeks, all in order to give billions of tax cuts to billionaires. I also met with electricians, construction workers, operating engineers, and laborers this week, and they told me that holds on renewable energy and lithium extraction project monies could cost them their jobs and livelihoods. I also met with leaders from Sunline Transit who express fear that withholding money for hydrogen energy projects, because as Trump referred to them as woke policies, would ground their fleet to a stop. A fleet that everybody in the Coachella Valley, every city in the Coachella Valley relies on. This isn't just a policy difference. This is an attack on our communities, on the fabric of our nation, and the Constitution itself. You see, Congress has the power to determine how much and where these funds go. And I'll fight tooth and nail to ensure that we fight back and these funds are directed as Congress, through its constitutional authority, has legally and lawfully mandated them to go to. And I will hold the Trump administration's feet to the fire and ensure that they follow the law. And we will not let Project 2025 rewrite the rules, bypass the Constitution, or harm the people who need our support the most. We will stand strong together, and I will not back down. To stay up to date on what's going on, please be sure to follow me across all my social media platforms at Rep. Raul Ruiz, MD. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Blue Sky, and Threads, and soon there will be more. So also be sure to visit ruiz.house.gov to sign up for my e-newsletter, where I'll be sending updates as we get them. Thank you for your continued trust and support, and together we will keep fighting for what's right. Thank you.